Yeah, thanks guys for coming in to read my arrangement of Sleepytime Down South. Really slow swing here, heavy triplet feel, and keeping it pretty legato. Let's just read it up to the solo section, and then we'll stop, kind of debrief from there. But here's the tempo. Starts with piano, then horns coming in, and 1, 2, and 1, 2. Especially Peter and Joe on that lead. Great interpretation. First, Joe, do you have brushes? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. We'll be doing this with brushes. Okay. Kind of why I gave you that little sign earlier.
Make sure you put that in, just write that in the part.
Okay. I thought I put that in, that's my fault, I missed that. Michael, I could actually use more bass. Both when you got that halftime during the A, and then once you start walking on the bridge. Once you start walking, I think I wrote in those transitions and really bring that out so that way we can kind of notice that feel. Let's see. Oh yeah, the one thing I noticed, breath marks. There are breath marks in your part, right? Yeah, if we could just follow those, just so that the phrasing sounds a little less awkward. In general, pretty much anything that's longer than a half note is going to get is going to be followed by a breath mark, but they're written in there as well. So could we take it at?
By following the breath mark, you mean off on the downbeat or off on the upbeat?
Let's do off on the upbeat. Okay. Yeah, kind of just like a little breath before coming into going into that next note. Overall, that's doing really, really, really good though. Let's take it from letter B, please. Rehearsal B. And 1, 2. yeah. Really good. Let's go back to the bridge. I'm sorry. Let's go back to what's after the bridge. Letter D. Getting into that coda. For the coda, I've written in cues for the rhythm section parts. Are you able to hear that?
Yeah.
No. Okay. So make sure. Joe, how do you feel about conducting those last four quarter notes on your own?
Yeah.
Because it's in unison, yeah, just that way. We'll stay in time up until that half note right before the breath mark. And then those last quarter notes, if all the horns, just watch Joe. And then rhythm section, you have cues, but you could also watch Joe for that last fermata. And it should be written in your part, rolling on honestly whatever. I'll leave it up to you and your amazing artistic decisions. And then you'll also cue the cutoff if you want to do a crescendo or however you want to do it. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah. So then let's go to letter D and hit that, and then go to the coda. Letter D and 1, 2. Awesome. Yeah. Also, on that last fermata, feel free to kind of like, take your, whatever you want to do. It's pretty much just they're holding, and then you and Joe just collaborate on that for a good ending. All right, a couple of notes before we do one last full run through. Sam, great solo. Rhythm section, could we bring it down a little bit for Sam's solo? Because we're back at the A, and I kind of want that lullaby feeling energy. It was just a little bit too strong for me during Sam's solo. And then once we get to the tenor solo, then we can kind of bring it up, right? Because that's the bridge a little bit more energetic. Let's see, shout was great. Michael, you could really bring out your part on the shout. The shout is kind of led by both you and Joe. But there are a couple times where your part is kind of like setting up and like kicking the band into whatever they've got. Yeah, I think with that, we could start from the beginning and take a full run. One last note for those, the first 4 bars of the intro, think of them as, I didn't really know how to notate this, think of them as bell tones. Boom, ga, ga, and then, of course, the last half minute you're crescendoing it to the rest of the tune. All right, with that being,
Could we run the shout?
yeah, let's run the shout.
Get a run.
Rhythm section, do you have any questions about the form or any cues or whatever?
I guess letter E.
Yes.
Am I doing that right? Like, do you want me to play time to the rests?
No. So this is kind of like, I kind of wrote the interlude with like Benny Goldstein inspiration. So if you've listened to his like, what is it, like his Killer Joe, that's kind of what they do on the bridge is like rhythm section drops out and then they gradually come back in. So that's what I'm having you do. And I'm having you just on the ride just because I want that specific timbre.
Okay.
But yeah, you're supposed to have like lots of rest and then, you really come back in on that roll into the solo section. Make sense? Sweet. Okay. Yeah, let's run the shout. And 1, 2. Second bar of the shout, can I have the tenor sax and trombone bring out those 8-note lines because trumpet and alto, they have a more quarter note, but you guys have ba-da-do-da. So I really want to hear that. On that note, anytime you have an obligato line, so like the second A with the alto and the trombone and the interlude and the coda, all of that can be brought up. That's when we can kind of like break the blend on just these two voices, and we can kind of all like become one homogeneous sound. Yeah. Do we want to run that again? Or are we good? Run it one more time?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Shot one more time. And 1, 2. And just one little minute detail, what is it? The fourth bar of the shout, we want to put an accent on the first note of that triplet, measure 84. Ba-da-do-da-da.
Am I the only one playing on the downbeat of 85?
Yes, you and Michael.
So that's a setup.
Yes. Okay. Any other questions before we do a full run through?
Yeah, Michael, can I do just the backgrounds behind the tenor solo?
Yeah, yeah,
Without the solo?
Yeah, so we're going to go to, I'll flip through my millions of pages. Yeah, letter G, just the backgrounds. I'm sorry, let's do second measure of G. That's where backgrounds come in. You want to hear the rhythm section? Or
Yeah,
just-
with rhythm. Yeah, everybody except me.
Okay. Second bar G, and 1, 2.
Second bar of G.
Yeah, second bar. Well, we have rhythm
Yeah,
section.
just take it G, it's fine.
Yeah, we'll just take it at G and 1. Okay.
The interlude after the in-head before the solo, just to hear that one more time, just to make sure yes, that interlude, yeah.
Okay, really quick note, I meant to tell you guys this. Rhythm section, those last two bars, going into H, you can start that crescendo sooner and you can make it bigger, right? Because we're going into the shout. I decided that like a 2-bar crescendo is not really viable, so we'll do the 2 bars going into the shout, everyone crescendo, and make it really big. All right, coda, which is letter E. And 1, 2. It was a little too big because remember for
Okay.
Sam's solo we kind of wanted.
Well, I just thought you wanted the bigger little bit.
No, I was talking about like a really big set going into the shout, but
Okay.
that's a good roll, but we don't need it that big.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, want to run it down?
Yeah. All right. And again, during this interlude section, anytime you have moving notes, bring it out. Yeah. All right. Time for a full run.